when she talked about the rivers of grass and the Everglades, but she had a specific part in that book about George Merrick and his dedication to the city of Coral Gables. And I think John has that vision. His dad had it also, and it was imparted to John, and he exemplifies it in this enormous project. I bring you greetings tonight, and we're just delighted to host you folks that we have a great relationship with in the city of Coral Gables. We think that we have the finest police department in the state of Florida. I'm sorry, Steve, but I have to respond to that. But they're great folks. We respect you. The cooperation is wonderful, because in a business community you need this kind of response. And we're delighted to have you here this evening. We're delighted to host a cocktail reception. We're good friends. We love you. God bless you. I bring special greetings from John, and I hope that everything works out well for you and Ken. It's great to be retired. Maybe you'll find a midlife career change like I did. God bless you, Ken. Good luck to you.
We get to the part of the program I think we've all been looking to, and that's the Hyatt famous food. We will now have dinner, and the program will follow. Thank you. Prominent people from throughout Dade County here tonight. And at this time, I'd like to take an opportunity just to introduce a few. We have Coral Gables Commissioner Mark Wolf. Mark, are you here? Mark Wolf. We have Coral Gables Commissioner Bob Hildreth. Bob, will you stand up? Coral Gables City Manager Don LeBrun. Don. City Manager Charles Kilborn. I think Charlie just left for a minute. We have our City Attorney Robert Zahner. Mr. Zahner. We have the former Mayor of Coral Gables, Dorothy Thompson, and her husband Jack Thompson. We have certainly a friend to all the police officers throughout Dade County, one of the finest state's attorneys in Florida, Miss Janet Reno. Janet? Miami Police Department Assistant Chief of Police Howard Rasmussen. Howard. Certainly a program like this tonight could not be put together with a great deal of contributions by a lot of people, and I'd quickly like to make those announcement of those. They're on the rear of your program. And please do take a look at those programs. There's a lot of work in designing them. I had some input into them, and I like them. I personally think it's one of the finest programs that's ever been put together. But in continuing, certainly we must give a great deal of thanks to the Stadler companies, Mr. John W. Stadler and Mr. Jim Barker. Thank you, John. And let me tell you, right behind them, we've got a great deal of cooperation. This is a fabulous hotel, and I'll tell you just how good it is. Jim Barker just said this is the finest hotel south of Mays Quality Court in Valdosta, and that's a compliment, let me tell you. But the Hyatt Hotels Company, Monica Newman and Tracy Clow have certainly been a great deal of help to us. We certainly thank Coral Gables Fraternal Order of Police President, Officer Don Moore, for his assistance. Don Moore. We also thank Coral Gables Benevolent Association President, Officer Walter Money. Walter. We have Perenian Falk, and certainly a man that has gone from being a Coral Gables police officer to one of the finest attorneys here in Dade County, Mr. Glenn Flock. Glenn Flock. Hey, Glenn! At this time, I'm certainly pleased to introduce to you a lady that has helped the police department, has helped the city, has helped many, many organizations throughout Dade County, throughout the state of Florida, Lady Susanna Tweed. Mrs. Tweed. Certainly now I'd like to introduce a man that I know very well, and that's former Chief of Police of the City of Coral Gables, Dell Edwards. Dell. A lot of times the people who stand up in the front of the room are the ones who get the praise, the ones who get the glory, perhaps the ones who get the heart attacks too, but there are many, many people behind the scenes, the banquet committee that's listed on your program, but certainly a person to whom has given a great deal of work tonight, and the program that you're seeing tonight is the 50th revised edition of the banquet committee program. Let me tell you, the lady that revised all 50 of those editions, Rosalie Robinson. Rosalie. And lastly, a young lady that has helped me, who has been patient and supportive, and certainly without whose help this program could not have been put together, Linda Marlene Stadler. Linda Stadler. I'd like to introduce to you the man who really has done a great deal more. In reviewing some of the material, I learned a great deal more about him. He was president of the General Alumni Association of the University of Miami from 1975 to 76, membership and board of directors of the Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce 1983 to 87, president of the Coral Gables Country Club 1977 to 78, founding director of the Bank of Coral Gables 81 to present, served as vice chairman and as chairman of the board 1986 to 87, president of the Ponce Development Association, and something that I think few of you know about, one of the most outstanding organizations, certainly an organization which I think it is extremely hard to get into, and you have to be asked to join. He was selected as a member of the Iron Arrow of the University of Miami in 1949. He's on the board of directors of the Rotary Club of Coral Gables. He's been on the Junior Orange Bowl Committee from 1984 to 1987. Mayor Corrigan was an extremely active and dedicated man in the affairs of the city of Coral Gables long before he became mayor. And now, as the mayor, he is striving to bring new life and a dynamic new vitality to this great city. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Mayor of the city of Coral Gables, Mayor George Corrigan.
Thank you, Dennis. Let me tell you one thing, Chief Bush. There is life after the Police Department in Coral Gables. Having recently retired from Burdines after 32 years, I chose a second career, and most recently even a third career. I know that you, as you look ahead, will select something of your choosing. You're a young man, you have a delightful retirement program, and I know that you'll look around and come up with something that you can do yourself. Now, I'd like to have some helpers, if I may, for tonight's activities. I wonder if I can have the former Mayor Thompson come up. I would like to have my fellow commissioners that are here, Commissioners Wolf and Hildreth. I'd like to have Don LeBrun. I'd like to have the assistant city managers come up. George Kingsbury is here, I know. I'd like to have Charlie Kilburn come up. Come on, folks. I'd like to have the former city manager, Martin Gaynor, come up. Please, come on up. Now, Chief Bush, I wish I had a program that said this is your life, but each of these people had a part of your career through the years. They're a little misbehaved, but I think it's appropriate. Although a native of Coral Gables, I'm certainly new to city government. I've admired what's happened in the police department through the years, obviously in Coral Gables. I'm delighted that I live here and have lived here. The police department is one to be very proud of. Certainly any leadership begins at the top. And your leadership since 1980 has been superb. We'll miss you, but as I mentioned earlier, I think you have a career that you can pick out, a second career, and I hope you'll do that. Now that I have all these people up here, Sergeant, where are you?